She was so done throwing herself at him, done hoping he'd wake up and finally see her as more. More than pathetic, desperate little Piper, more than his best friend's kid sister. Wasn't going to happen. She knew that now. Today was a special day, and she planned to enjoy herself. No way would she let the man sitting to her left get to her. He could scowl and grunt all he liked. They were still idling, parked in front of her cottage. Frowning, she glanced over at Cole. What was he waiting for? He sat there, jaw tight, checking his mirrors. Then he checked them again. And just when she thought he might take off, he glanced into the back seat at Alex and Rusty, then over at her, and scowled. "Seatbelt." She actually jumped at his rough command. "Oh, right. Sorry." His no-nonsense tone made her anxious. Well, more than usual. And she fumbled for the belt. She tried to pull it down, but it locked up. Releasing it, she tried again, but the same thing happened. I'll just... She tried pulling it slowly this time. Nope, wasn't happening. It won't... I can't get it to work. She yanked on it. "Oh, come on, you piece of crap." The two women in the back started laughing. "You tell it, Pipe," Rusty called. The guy made her nervous to the extreme, and ever since the car wreck that ended his career, she found it hard to talk to him. He'd thrown up walls that were 30 feet thick, and there was no busting through. He was so different from the Cole she remembered. The old Cole used to laugh all the time, tell silly jokes. When they were teenagers, he came by their house a lot, and every time, without fail, he would seek her out, like she was important to him, just to ask how she was. She missed that Cole. Cole was suddenly there, leaning in. He brushed her hands aside and pulled the belt slowly around her body. He smelled ridiculously good, and her pulse jumped as the back of his hand brushed her hip. With just the thin fabric between her and the heat of his fingers, it almost felt like he touched her skin to skin, sending a shock of sensation through her body. She glanced up, and his stare locked with hers. It didn't matter how many times she saw him, she would never get used to the haunted look behind those Arctic blue eyes. They held so much weight now, none of the light or humor remained of the old Cole. There was not a trace of the boy she'd fallen for when she was just a teenager. Her gaze traveled lower to firm, unsmiling lips. They may as well be zipped shut for all the talking the guy did nowadays. Still, the urge to lean in, to touch her mouth to his, to kiss that frown away, rushed forward so fast she sucked in a startled breath. His mouth parted slightly, and she quickly looked up before she did something stupid.